KNOCKO does best. Oh, it is way too dark in here. Echo. Turn on energize.
Okay.
Thank you. That's a lot better. KNOCKO does best. Drinking show.
So I get a call from John KNOCKO earlier today. And he's all bragging and he's saying how, yo, dude, guess what? I got a Jason Voorhees mask. I'm like, awesome, man. That's great. Where'd you get it? He's like, the dollar store. The dollar store. Okay, cool. Send me a picture of your mask. So the picture comes in and this is the mask he sent me, and that he really was bragging about. I mean, he really was excited about this mask. Now, I'm not really one to just rush over to a friend's house when they're in need or anything, but this is not acceptable. Not to me. Not to someone who holds the holiday of Halloween very dear in their heart. I mean, not everyone can be 6'9", 280 pounds and look just like Kane Hodder and be able to play Jason Voorhees to a T, but you took that for granted. That's what you did. But I'm going to show you that even with this cheap, plastic, generic, poor-ass excuse for a mask, with a couple of things around the house and a couple of bucks spent, you too can have an official Jason Voorhees mask. Were you actually going to go out in this thing?
Yeah, I was. It glows in the dark.
You're pathetic. Here's what you're going to need.
1 drill bit with a 1/4-inch bolt, spray paint, KRYLON, almond, white, red, green, brown acrylics, sandpaper, paintbrush, and a rag.
Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this 60 grit sandpaper and I'm rubbing it all over this mask, all to get that plastic, slippery phlegm off, that glow-in-the-dark plastic look. And it's making more of a rough surface. So you take the 60 grit and go all through the mask. And you want to make sure that it's not slippery and that all that exterior plastic is off the mask. Don't worry about scratching it up. What?
Looks pretty cool so far.
Alright, so our next step after sanding with the 60 grit is I took this mask as a reference and I took a magic marker and just made some dots. And this is where you're going to drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit, because the mask that KNOCKO had originally purchased only had like maybe 5 or 6 holes in it, and it didn't even look legit. It looked like, you know, a 4-year-old would wear it and he would be proud walking around the streets looking like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1/4-inch drill bit and I'm basically going to drill holes in all these little markings that I made. Don't worry about if they're not even, because this isn't Hollywood, and for real, with a weathered Jason mask, it's not supposed to look perfect. You know what I mean? And besides, you only paid $1 for it. Alright, so you need to be very, very careful when you're drilling these holes. One, because the plastic is so cheap, you'll smash it. It will shatter. Make sure you have safety glasses on too, because if this cheap plastic gets in your eyes, it's a trip to the ER. Being that I don't own a pair of safety glasses, you know, a pair of sunglasses that I found in my car over the weekend will work just fine. Yep, here he comes, my right-hand man. I don't know what I would do without him. Tell you what, you are one hell of a craftsman. So our next phase is we have our KRYLON spray paint, almond color. KRYLON spray paint almond for metal, wood, and plastic. Probably costs about $7 in the store, maybe $6 at Joann Fabrics or wherever you shop. Almond KRYLON, 1 coat. 1 coat. How many coats, KNOCKO?
1.
You want to shake this for a good minute. KNOCKO should know plenty about this motion. Don't worry about getting on your little digits. So we're gonna let that 1 coat of almond dry off, and
Once that's dry, we'll start with the next step.
How long does that take to dry?
Should be done in 5 minutes or so.
Nice day out.
What?
It's a nice day out. The sun's setting.
Stop talking, all right? All right, so right now, we're heading over to our mask, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure it's dry, and then we're gonna start the next step. Right, Knocko?
Yep.
Let's go. All right, so our next step, now that the paint is dry, we're gonna take that 60 grit sandpaper again, and this time we're gonna sand the whole mask again, but this time we're going for deep cuts. We're gonna be rough with it. We wanna scratch it up, we wanna go against the grain. So you're looking for deep, make that scratching. You wanna go against the grain, and you wanna make it rough around the edges all throughout the mask. And you're gonna do that for a while. And what's good about doing this in gravel pit, I can always use the gravel to my advantage. All right, so now that we've totally destroyed the mask, we're gonna put our second and final coat of almond spray paint on it. And once we're done spray painting it with the second coat, we're gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna go back to the final stage of weathering the mask, and that's using the acrylic paint and weathering each hole separately. You don't have to worry about it being too thick. It looks brand new now that you spray painted it, but once that seeps through those weathered cracks that you created and those indentations, it's gonna look really good, especially when you add the green forest acrylic muddy look to it. What I'm gonna do is drill a hole in the nose and a couple holes over here just to fill in these empty spaces once we're dry. So let's give it 10 minutes or so to dry off, and then we'll go with the acrylics.
When you mix the acrylics, ensure you mix the light brown with the regular brown and black very well, creating a forest-like mud color. This dirty color will help enhance the effect of the mask. Then, dampen a rag. Move the rag throughout the dirty mud color and spread across the mask, taking it on and then removing it. On and off. On and off. Dirty mud all throughout the mask, and then drying.
Did you see Baywatch 2007?
Yo, man, why are you sitting like me? You know what my mom told me the last time she saw me with flip-flops? You kind of resemble Jesus.
Oh, man. I'm missing a good night of bingo over there.
Sad part is, you've been to bingo. Damn. I used to work the bingo stand at the bazaar back when I was in Catholic school. You know why? Because we used to wear one of those little apron waist belts where you collect the money, and I used to steal at least $60 a night. And it was a 3-day bingo, like $180 on a, you know, for an 8-year-old. That's like a year's salary. Is that paint dry yet?
Not until that minivan.
Well, believe me, it can't dry soon enough because I've spent way too much time here. But what? Don't even. I don't want to hear about something really random. No. Whoa.
Bologna and cheese, mustard on a Kaiser roll.
Lunchables. Now, be honest, were you really going to wear that mask out in public? On Halloween? And you know Halloween is like my favorite.
I mean, I figured with my size and my outfit and the mask glows in the dark, it would just take away from the distinguishing features that you are
Distinguishing, you would look like a Chernobyl lightning bug. Oh look, a mom and her costume party litter.
That one's taken off. She's running.
Probably sick of their bullshit.
Is Mischief Night still active?
I'm not really sure. I never really got in. I did it once, and it was a bad experience because we ended up in a station, and my dad picking me up, and he's limping in the station with the gout. And I prayed, officer, please do not let him drive me home. Please, Daddy, let me walk home. Get in the car, you son of a bitch, he said as he limps. When I left, my friend said how the cops even felt bad for me.
Do you have any idea why you ended up at the station?
Yeah, trespassing.
No.
Why?
You can't run fast enough.
And that, my friend, is all she wrote.